What's going on, guys? It's episode 6 of the R1 series build. So today we have the Lightech Chain Adjusters. They just came in. If you don't know about these things, they are amazing. They make lining up your rear wheel and tightening your chain so much easier instead of working with those lock nuts, the 2 lock nuts on each side. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy checking these out, and you might want some yourself. So, all right, stay tuned. Alright guys, so here's the Lightech Chain Adjusters. This company is out of Italy. They make some really great products. So with these chain adjusters, it makes lining up your wheels and tightening your chain so much easier. So this side is for the right, and this is going to completely replace your axle block as well as the 2 locking nuts, and you're going to slide it in. So basically how these work is instead of working on with the 2 little bolts, all you do is have to turn right or left, and it will move your axle forward or backwards for each side. So here is the left side. Same concept. Turn right, pulls it back. Turn left, pushes it out. And with the click, it's very nice. You can really get, it lined up properly, and you can get that tension of your chain exactly where you want it. So these just slide right into the back end of the swing arm, replace the axle block, and they're simply amazing. So I have these on my R6, had to throw them on the R1, so let's get to it. So the first thing we're gonna do is throw on our pit bull tire wedge. So this can just attach right on the rear of the front or the rear stands. And we're just going to jack this up. So basically the tire won't drop at all when we're doing this change, because when we swap the axle out, of course the tire is going to drop. So this will prevent the tire from dropping. It also helps with lining up your axle. So pit bull tire wedge, nice handy tool to have. Next, we just have to crack the rear axle nut. So we have a breaker bar. Don't use a torque wrench, you can screw up the settings or the springs inside. So get a good breaker bar to crack your rear axle nut. Now that that's loose, I'm just going to take it off. Save all the bolts exactly how they came off. This axle block will also slide off. So we're going to use our 12mm wrenches to crack this guy loose. And you will need to push the axle out a little bit just to get this guy out. Set those to the side, we'll save them. So for the Lightechs, they do come with this bolt, which will replace the bolt that we just removed, so it sits right there. They recommend putting some Loctite on this screw, so we're gonna do that real quick. Also, leave the back end of this loose, because this is going to hook around the edge of your swing arm. So when you slide it in, they just go in like this. Make sure that the back section, right back here, lines up with the edge of your swing arm. And then we're going to install these front bolt right here. So this is kind of a pain. It's hard to get an Allen key in here. See if I can get you a better angle. So they say to leave this front nut a little bit loose just for the installation. So we're gonna back this out so I can get the Allen in there. Yep, I'd say that's pretty good. So Lightech also suggests putting some Loctite on these two back holding screws. These screws hold in the back plate, which keeps the Lightech tight to your swing arm. So we're going to pull these out and throw some Loctite on real quick. So with this part of the process, we just slide this axle block off of here, so you just have your axle. They come pretty dry, so I usually use some waterproof grease. Just put a little bit on a glove. Just wipe down the axle. Just get a thin coat in there, and it will spin around and lube up the hubs, and it'll slide in a lot easier. So now we're just going to take our 10, loosen it up. So we're just pushing that forward just so we can line up that axle once we pull the wheel back. So pull the wheel back. Going to insert the axle. So that's pretty much it for this side. We're gonna go over to the right, put the axle nut on, tighten it down a little bit snug, and then we'll start adjusting our chain. So if you guys haven't used one of these before, this is the Motion Pro chain alignment tool. Pretty much attach it to your rear sprocket, and then this bar will look down your chain, and basically it'll let you tighten your chain from each side with the Lightech adjusters and make sure that your wheel is in alignment. So we are going to throw this on and tighten it up. So right there, looks like we're pointing actually pretty straight on. Maybe a little bit left. So I'm going to make sure to pull it back a little bit on the right side, more than the left side. So I like that tension in the chain. It's gonna loosen up since it's still a pretty new chain. But let's check our alignment. And we're still looking pretty straight. Yep, pretty straight. So we're gonna tighten up the axle block and we're good to go. Alright guys, that's going to do it for episode 6 of the R1 build series. We got the Lightech chain adjusters installed. Looking pretty good on the bike. All black. These things made it super easy to align the rear wheel, tighten your chain. So if you guys are interested in these for your R1 or R6 or whatever it is, make them for a lot of different models, different colors. I think I've seen blue, red, green, yellow as well. So I'll leave a link for the ones that I installed in the description below. Also leave a link for the Motion Pro chain alignment tool that I used that you guys saw. And they are affiliate links. I do get a small percentage, but it's all going to go back into the bike and go back into the channel. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please drop a like if you guys are enjoying the series, and subscribe for the future episodes if you're not already. And we'll see you guys next time.